Errol Spence Jr. has always been a name that commands respect in the boxing world. With his incredible technique, blazing speed, and unyielding toughness, he quickly rose to prominence in the welterweight division. But after a series of dramatic turns, is he ready to reclaim his title as one of boxing's elite? Join me as we explore the highs and lows of Spence's career, the obstacles he has faced, and what lies ahead for this formidable fighter. The journey is anything but ordinary. Let's dive in and uncover the story that has both inspired and shocked fans around the globe. Early life and influences. Errol Spence Jr. was born on March 3, 1990, in Long Island, New York, but spent his formative years in DeSoto, Texas. It was here that he would discover his passion for boxing. Spence was introduced to the sport at age 15, thanks to the encouragement of his father, a former amateur boxer, who recognized his son's potential and pushed him to pursue the discipline. Growing up in a supportive household, Spence thrived in an environment that valued hard work and dedication. The influence of his father, both as a mentor and a role model, helped cement his drive to succeed. He was inspired by legendary boxers like Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Lennox Lewis, who served as benchmarks for greatness in the sport. As he began training in a local boxing gym, Spence immersed himself in the fundamentals of the sport. He was not just building physical strength, he was also honing the mental aspects essential for a fighter. This combination of tenacity and skill quickly set him apart from his peers. With a clear focus on becoming a champion, Spence demonstrated an early competitive spirit, always rising to the challenge. His journey was just beginning, but the foundations were set for a remarkable career that would soon capture the attention of the boxing world. Amateur success. Errol Spence Jr.'s journey in the boxing world truly began in the amateur circuit, where he showcased his raw talent and dedication. Spence not only aimed for victory but also aimed to shape his skills against the best. Over the years, he accumulated an impressive resume, which included winning 3 national championships. These victories weren't just about the trophies, they represented Spence's relentless work ethic and commitment to the sport. By the time he stepped onto the international stage at the 2012 Olympics in London, he was determined to make a mark. Spence's journey led him to the quarterfinals, providing a platform to display his speed and strategy, essential qualities that would later define his pro career. This experience set the tone for his future, fueling his ambition and solidifying his decision to turn professional shortly thereafter. Initial professional fights. After a successful amateur career, Errol Spence Jr. stepped into the professional boxing world on November 9, 2012, at the age of 22. His debut fight took place in quite the show-stopping way. He knocked out Danny Garcia in just the 3rd round, a statement that announced his presence within the sport. This victory was not just a win on the record, it was a clear demonstration of his power and skill, giving fans a glimpse of what was to come. Over the next year, Spence continued to build his reputation. He didn't just win, he finished opponents, knocking out Richard Andrews in his 2nd fight. Spence quickly garnered 9 consecutive victories, 6 of which ended in brutal knockouts, proving he was more than just a newcomer, he was a rising star in boxing. His combination of speed, technique, and raw power started turning heads within the industry, and it became clear that Spence was someone to watch. With each fight, his confidence grew, and so did his fan base. The buzz around him was palpable. The boxing community looked forward to his every match, eagerly awaiting the moment he would face a more experienced opponent. However, each bout served a purpose. It was all about refining his technique, building his reputation, and proving he belonged among the elite. But the journey wasn't without its bumps. Spence faced challenges that would test his resolve, needing to navigate the pressure of expectations while climbing the ranks. Yet, with every challenge he faced, he emerged stronger, setting the stage for significant matchups that were just on the horizon. The boxing world was beginning to take notice, and the anticipation for what was next in Spence's burgeoning career only grew. What these initial fights set in motion was just the beginning of a remarkable journey. But the best was yet to come. Rise to prominence. By 2016, Errol Spence Jr. had firmly established himself as a formidable contender in the welterweight division, but his rise to prominence was nothing short of electrifying. He redefined expectations with 8 relentless victories, 6 of which came by knockout. Among these battles, Spence's performance wasn't just about accumulating wins, it was a showcase of his relentless aggression and tactical prowess, often overwhelming his opponents before they even knew how to respond. Fans began to recognize him for his signature fighting style, an optimal blend of power and precision. He showcased an uncanny ability to cut angles and exploit weaknesses, turning fights into one-sided affairs. Spence didn't just win, he made statements, causing boxing aficionados to take notice. His reputation as "the truth" spread like wildfire, leaving spectators eager to see what he would do next. But it wasn't just supporters who noted his emergence. Promoters and industry insiders started paying attention, sensing that Spence was on the cusp of something monumental. They set him up for bigger fights, launching him into the spotlight where he would be tested against more seasoned veterans. The anticipation surrounding his matching up against recognized names in boxing only intensified his fame and built his narrative into something larger than life. Errol's relentless drive to improve created an air of excitement for fans and analysts alike. He trained hard, putting in long hours in the gym and sparring against others to refine his craft. And with every punch thrown, confidence grew, giving rise to an athlete not just in pursuit of titles, but a man on a mission to reshape the welterweight landscape. As 2016 came to a close, boxing enthusiasts eagerly awaited his next bout, speculating on the vigorous fights that lay ahead. Little did they know, Spence was about to showcase himself on a major platform that would elevate his career to another stratosphere. The boxing universe could only hold its breath, waiting to see how "the truth" would continue to rise. Key milestone against Chris Algieri. April 16, 2016, marked a pivotal moment in Errol Spence Jr.'s career as he stepped into the ring against former world champion Chris Algieri. This fight was not just another matchup, it was Spence's opportunity to showcase his skills on a grand stage, and he knew it. Training meticulously leading up to this bout, Spence came in with a game plan that was both strategic and aggressive. From the opening bell, Spence made his intentions clear, he was there to dominate. Utilizing his powerful jabs and laser-focused combinations, he relentlessly attacked Algieri's defenses, leaving the seasoned fighter on his back foot. The crowd was electric as Spence displayed a mix of speed and power rarely seen in the welterweight division. Algieri, known for his durability and experience, struggled to find his rhythm against the onslaught. As the rounds progressed, it became evident that Spence's superior conditioning and technique were overwhelming Algieri. By round 5, the fight took a dramatic turn. With a thunderous left hook that echoed throughout the arena, Spence floored Algieri, and the impact resonated not just among the spectators but throughout the boxing community. The referee counted, but it was clear Algieri was struggling to recover. Finishing the bout decisively in the 5th round, Spence's victory showcased his ability to rise to the occasion against a tough opponent and announced his readiness for championship contention. The knockout wasn't just a highlight reel moment, it signified that a new star had emerged in boxing. Analysts and fans alike praised his performance, declaring it a statement fight that set the tone for his future endeavors. Spence's fight against Algieri was more than a win, it was a launch pad for his career, marking a transition from a promising talent to a formidable contender in the welterweight division. Fans left the arena buzzing, knowing they had witnessed the rise of a fighter destined for greatness. This match positioned Spence as a serious threat in the division and foreshadowed even greater challenges ahead. Kell Brook Challenge. In a move that would mark a pivotal moment in Errol Spence Jr.'s career, he faced off against Kell Brook on May 27, 2017, in Sheffield, England, for the IBF welterweight title. At the time, Brook was a formidable champion, known for his resilience and experience, having previously defeated legends like Shawn Porter. But Spence wasn't fazed, he saw this as his moment to shine on an international stage. As the fight began, it quickly became clear that Spence's aggression and sheer power made a profound impact in the ring. He executed his strategy flawlessly, using his jab to create openings while absorbing Brook's punches with astonishing toughness. The atmosphere was electric, with fans packing the venue, each hoping to see a different outcome. The first half of the fight saw both fighters exchanging blows, each looking to establish dominance. But what happened next would shock everyone watching. Spence increased the tempo, demonstrating his relentless determination. In the 11th round, after a devastating combination, he landed a punishing left hook that left Brook unable to continue, ultimately ending the fight. But it wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. This fight showcased Spence's ability to go toe-to-toe with a champion in enemy territory, an achievement that elevated him into the upper echelons of boxing. Spence not only took home the IBF title but also broke Brook's eye socket, a testament to the power he possessed. This fight solidified his reputation, and fans couldn't stop buzzing about the truth. So what did this victory mean for Spence's career? It propelled him into serious title conversations and set the stage for even greater challenges ahead. Errol Spence Jr. wasn't just another contender anymore, he was a dangerous elite, hungry for more. Little did anyone know, however, that this was just the beginning of an upward trajectory fraught with unexpected challenges ahead. Accident and comeback. In October 2019, Errol Spence Jr.'s life took an unexpected and tragic turn. While driving his Ferrari at high speeds, he lost control and crashed, leading to a devastating accident that resulted in severe injuries, including facial lacerations and a concussion. The news sent shockwaves through the boxing community, with fans and fellow fighters expressing their concern for the champion's well-being. Speculation circulated about whether he would ever return to the ring, as the road to recovery looked daunting. However, Spence's unyielding spirit shined through the darkness. After a long and grueling rehabilitation process, he took the time necessary to heal, both physically and mentally. His determination became an inspiration to many, reinforcing the perception that the truth was more than just a boxing moniker. He embodied resilience. Fast forward to December 5, 2020, when Spence made an anticipated return against Danny Garcia. The fight was not just a match, it was a testament to his comeback story. Stepping back into the ring after nearly a year away, he showcased his signature boxing style, controlling the fight with precision and tenacity. In a rousing display of skill and grit, Spence emerged victorious, winning by unanimous decision and reclaiming his spot among the elite welterweights. The atmosphere in the arena was electric, filled with cheers and roaring applause as fans celebrated his triumph. But Spence's journey was a vivid reminder that every success story has its struggles. As he looked ahead, the boxing world buzzed with excitement, eager to see what the future held for the resilient champion. The loss to Terence Crawford. In July 2023, boxing fans held their breath as Errol Spence Jr. faced the formidable Terence Crawford in an eagerly anticipated undisputed welterweight championship bout. This matchup was more than just a title fight, it was a clash of two champions, each carrying their own legacy and aspirations into the ring. Spence entered with a record of 28-0, filled with confidence and determination after his comeback from the devastating car accident in 2019. Fans believed he could reclaim his throne, however, what unfolded was unexpected. From the opening bell, it was clear that Crawford had a game plan. He showcased his unparalleled skill, timing, and ability to adapt, frustrating Spence with his elusive style. Round after round, as the pressure intensified, Spence struggled to find his rhythm. Despite his best efforts to engage and land powerful shots, Crawford's counterpunching ability and strategic movements proved superior. As the fight progressed, Spence's frustration grew. The reality settled in, he was up against someone who was not only a skilled fighter, but also an intelligent strategist in the ring. In the later rounds, the punishment he absorbed was evident. Crawford's precision punches and relentless combinations wore down Spence, forcing him to endure a grueling fight. The turning point came in the 9th round when Crawford knocked Spence down with a sweeping combination that left viewers in shock. Despite getting back on his feet, Spence looked visibly shaken, and the momentum entirely shifted. The referee stopped the fight in the 10th round after another powerful sequence from Crawford, marking a defining moment in Spence's career that would evoke discussions for weeks to come. The loss against Crawford raised significant questions. How would Spence rebound from this setback? Would he fight to reclaim his titles or take time to reassess and regain his form? The defeat left fans divided. The heartbroken supporters of Spence mourned the loss, while others celebrated Crawford's prowess. As the boxing community dissected the match, murmurs of a potential rematch emerged, igniting discussions and speculation about what lies ahead for both fighters. Could Spence learn from this experience and rise again, or was this the beginning of a new chapter that would alter the course of his career? Only time will reveal the answers, but one thing is for sure, the heart of a champion never falters, and the boxing world is eager to witness Spence's next move. What's next for Errol Spence Jr.? What's next for Errol Spence Jr. remains a tantalizing question as he navigates the aftermath of his recent loss to Terence Crawford. Many boxing enthusiasts speculate about a potential rematch with Crawford, which could provide Spence with an opportunity to redeem himself and reclaim his standing in the welterweight division. However, the road to that rematch isn't straightforward. Crawford's impressive performance raised the stakes, leaving Spence with much to prove. Additionally, the boxing landscape is evolving. Rising star Jaron "Boots" Ennis is making waves, and a matchup against him could be an electrifying challenge for Spence. Fans are eager to see if Spence is ready to face a younger, hungry fighter like Ennis, whose skills could pose a significant hurdle. Another possibility that has emerged is a fight with other notable contenders in the division, like Vergil Ortiz Jr. Without a doubt, each presenting its unique challenges. Spence has always stated his desire to take on the best, so he might look for ways to stay relevant while rebuilding his confidence. Ultimately, Spence has a lot at stake. His next fight could define the next chapter of his career, determining whether he rises back to championship contention or faces a tougher path ahead. The boxing world is watching closely, eager for any updates and developments regarding Spence's future. The anticipation continues to build as he decides the next steps. Will he bounce back stronger than ever, or will the challenges continue to mount?